That's how you do it. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Paradise, the good news with Tabitha Christopher. I'm your host, Tabitha Christopher, where everything is always cool and airy. And today, we are going to go into a great topic of how you can serve the Lord through your gifts. Please welcome to Paradise, the good news with Tabitha Christopher, Shelby Ward, and her beautiful mother, Shelby. Welcome to Paradise, the good news with Tabitha Christopher. Thank you, Abby, for being here, and thank you, Shelby, for coming. This is so great. I'm so glad that you're here. You pointed me to watch Abby's campaign at Indiegogo, and it blew me away. Her story and the why of why she's doing this. But I want to go back a little bit to when she was first born. Can we go there and what happened at that moment?
Well, firstborn right here. We're excited to have our firstborn baby, and about 2.5 months, her eyes started to move side to side. And I just thought that was normal. I didn't know. I had a newborn. I thought all newborn babies had cuckoo eyes and moved around.
Yeah.
And they ended up telling us we need to get her to a hospital if there's something wrong. And my husband and I, we spent probably 2 or 3 days kind of in limbo, just not knowing, because the very first initial thing they told us was that your daughter is blind and she will never see. So we spent a couple days just kind of talking and praying and just sitting together. And one of the things we said was, well, we know this is true. God does not give us things that we can't handle. And
Right.
so here we go. There is a likelihood that we're going to have a child that's going to be blind, but guess what? It's going to be okay. She's going to be cool. It's going to be great. So we continued on. We ended up 3 days later getting better news that she was blind, but she would get her vision if we worked with her and spent time with her and did the things they told us to do. She wouldn't have great vision. She probably wouldn't drive, but it doesn't matter because she would still be able to do things. So that was a praise.
Yes.
So we just spent a lot of time with her. We did a lot of baby Mozart, a lot of darkness and light where she could see bright colors.
Yeah.
And she did great. She just did her thing, and it was great. And then my son ended up having it as well, and we weren't as worried about it because we knew this one handled it. So.
Yep.
And she had a partner in crime too. So.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Abby, oh goodness. So how was it for you growing up? Did your parents tell you? Were you aware of not being able to see well, or did they not even? It didn't even occur to you. It's like this is totally normal.
Well, I was lucky enough to grow up in a very supportive family.
Yeah.
Where they didn't make a huge deal about my blindness, or they didn't make it seem like something that was wrong with me.
Right.
So even before I went into school, I just thought, oh, this is normal. I'm completely fine.
Yes.
But then as I did start getting into school, kids started noticing, of course, and started taking notice of how when I couldn't see the board, I would go like this.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing called a null point, where I have to look down to get my vision to stop moving as quickly. And so I go like this,
Right.
and it looks a little creepy sometimes, but I just go like this.
Yeah.
And I look at the thing, and sometimes like my head shakes. You can even sometimes see it when I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
And kids started walking up to me on the playground and making fun of me because I was, first of all, I was pretty short, and second, my eyes were moving weird. I wasn't like everybody else.
Right.
So it was rough, but I still had like my brother and my family through all of this, and it was fine.
Wow. So what were some of the things that your mom or your dad would tell you when you would come home if you had like a bad day? Like what would they tell you to lift up your spirit, to remind you that, no, you're awesome?
Well, there's a lot they did for me. I have incredible parents.
Yes.
And they gave all this positivity to me, and they helped me enhance all my gifts and gave me like crayons and fun little things, like little quirks to make me forget about the vision thing. So I had other things to focus on, and that brought positivity into my life without making me feel different, like making me kind of forget my vision issues.
Yeah.
And that's how they really helped me through all of this. It was just giving me other things to make me feel normal.
And would you say that was a great launching pad for you to transition into music? How did that happen? Yes.
Music, I've always had it with me. I used to just hum in my room or just write little songs in my head and sing them in class, just random little things. And then I started going on YouTube, finding like karaoke stuff. And one thing, this is really funny, the first time I really started getting into music was watching Camp Rock, the movie from Disney Channel.
What?
And it was because I saw this like shy girl starting to come out and like make music and sing, and I was like, I kind of want to do that too. And so the first song I recorded with my old voice coach was This Is Me.
Wow.
By Demi Lovato, and it was the first time I was like 7 where I actually sang and found my voice.
You were only 7?
I was 7, yes.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
And I just started singing from then on. I was still very shy.
Yes.
Honestly, I still have that shyness about me, but it was just this thing that gave me happiness and gave me hope.
Yeah, which is so important, because with that, it opened the doors for you to want to give the same thing to other people so they could feel the same way, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am so curious as to what was it? Was it a moment when you were in your room creating music that you said, you know what, I want to make other people feel better about themselves? Like, how did that happen? It's the message of positivity with the music and then combining it together.
Well, it all kind of started in 6th grade when bullying at this point was at its highest peak for me. And I've always been the type of person, I don't see things like everyone else. I'm very visual with everything I do.
Yes.
So when I see these people like bringing this like hate to me and pushing these like comments and stuff at me, I'm not thinking about me in that moment. I'm really thinking about, something's going on with them, and there's something that's happening in their heart or in their head that is not good, and they need some positivity to get that away, get that darkness out. So I started writing this music about like the things that God does. That was one of my first songs I performed at a talent show, that God is with you through everything you do. And He can take the darkness out if you just let Him.
Yes.
And it was all this, it was really fun. For me, music is a way to just show people what I want them to hear without having to use words. Because music, I feel, people connect to it more. It's not as direct, but it still clings to your heart.
It does.
And it can make you think, so.
Can you tell us about the Indiegogo campaign?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
it's very exciting.
Yes.
So, traveling for music is expensive.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. It's very expensive. Plane rides and all this. The Indiegogo campaign is for people to donate some money into it that can help me build my album, my musical journeys that are going to occur hopefully in the future, and help me write more music and keep this positive message going.
Yes.
So you can go on to, I think it's my website at abbywardmusic.com. And there's a link there that clicks to the campaign. There's a video that has more of my story on there, and you can donate to it.
Incredible.
It's really exciting.
Incredible. You guys, you've heard a story. Let's do what we can to make sure that this positive music, that this beautiful heart goes around the world and spreads the good news of Christ and helps so many other young people that need to hear the truth. You know, they need to hear the truth and take on a different perspective, as she was able to do. You are just such a love bug, just so lovely. My goodness. And you know what? We can't wait to hear you sing. Pour into our viewers that's come here to visit us in paradise, and just take us away into that beautiful place of your heart where Jesus dwells. Abby, would you please tell those that are watching that may have been experiencing what you've gone through, share a word of encouragement, share some of those positive words that you heard so that they can be able to know, hey, it's not going to last forever. Just speak into their life and encourage them.
Well, what I have to say to everyone is it gets better easily. Everything gets better from this point on. Just my advice to you is be the best you can be, because there's only one you in the world and no one else can be like you. So just embrace that person that you are and let the inside of you show through.
I love it. My goodness. And would you mind telling them one more time about the Indiegogo campaign, where they can go to help you take music around the world?
So music has been going on seriously for me for about 2 years now, and we recently started a campaign at indiegogo.com. You can find it on my website at abbyward.com. There's a link there, and you can donate money to help me go on tour, start an album, and do all the things that I want to spread my positive music and get everyone to see this light that's coming through.
Incredible. Beautiful. Don't go anywhere. Abby is going to grace us with her beautiful gift in just a little bit. You don't want to miss it, so hold your seat right there.
Just like Cinderella and Prince Charming, someday you'll find my perfect ending, even if nothing is guaranteed.
What a perfect ending to a perfect show. Abby, Shelby, thank you so much for coming to Paradise Good News with Tabitha Christopher. I'm so honored that you're here. And I'm excited about what you're going to do. And how many people, young people, old people, everybody that's going to be touched and changed because of your story, because of what you are doing together as a family. Yeah? Keep up the awesome work.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Abby, you know what I always do at the end of the show? I always do a challenge. Would you do the challenge for me today?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, the challenge for today is to text somebody you know who you think needs some words of encouragement and send them a positive message or tell them something that you love about them.
Boom. You guys got it? Go and do it. And then I want to hear about it. Hit me up on my website, comment below, and I want to hear the reaction of what happened. You'll be very, very surprised at what it's going to do for you and what it's going to do for that person too. Thank you so much for watching The Good News with Tabitha Christopher. Come again because we continue to have more good stuff happening here. Have a great one.